effective. All right. So most of you guys, when you're over at the barnyard, you probably recognize this. This is our musket, our fowling piece. Now it's a musket because inside the barrel here, it's smooth. And that's why a musket's called a musket. Now if it was a rifle, inside this barrel, there would be grooves that would spiral. And that's called rifling. And what that does is it causes a bullet to spin. And if it spins, it's kind of like when you throw a football. You know how it spins nice? Well, that's what it does to the bullet. And so it makes it more accurate. But this is a musket. It doesn't have that. So, in something like this, a farmer here in Roanoke Island, around 1850, he would load this with small BBs, kind of like the same things you can get in a BB gun, or a larger lead ball, depending on what he was hunting. And so if he's loading the BBs, this would act like a shotgun. You have a big spray. So if I was hunting birds, like duck, I would want that spray. If I was hunting something larger like a deer, I would want the ball because it's heavier. Now, the way this is loaded, it's a multi-step process. It's a lot longer than it takes today where you have everything contained in a cartridge. You put it in the gun, you fire. This, I have to start out by putting gunpowder in it. And I store my gunpowder in my powder horn. This is another gift that, say, when Charlie goes, he'll give us another powder horn. We can use his horns for that. It keeps the powder nice and dry. And so the powder is what causes the explosion and then propels the bullet forward. So I put powder down the barrel, and then in order to keep that powder in place, I put what we call a piece of wadding. And what we use is this. This is called tow. It comes from the flax plant. There's an old expression, if you're a towhead, it means you have blonde hair. I see a few towheads out here. All right. So I take a piece of this off and I ram that down the barrel using the ramrod, and that keeps the powder in place. And then if I had a bullet, I was going to put a bullet in here because I was hunting, I would put the bullet, either the solid shot or the BBs, and then I'd probably put another small piece of this over top of that. That keeps the bullet in place. And then I have to have something that's going to cause ignition. It's going to cause all of this stuff to ignite and then propel the bullet forward. So back here where the hammer is, right in front of the hammer, is what's called the nipple of the gun. Yeah, go ahead and giggle. And what I put on the nipple is a percussion cap. You guys ever play with cap guns?
Yeah.
Some of you may have, some of you know.
Oh yeah.
But the material that's in that cap for a toy cap gun is the same material that's in this cap. So I'll put that, if I can get it out, over the nipple.
I think it's a go.
And
it doesn't want to work.
gotta get a new cap.
Cap.
Because my cap dispenser is not working for me.
Dun 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 dun.
All right. So, put the cap on.
What's the cap made of?
The cap is a small piece of copper, and then at the top of it is a combination of like a magnesium. And what that does is when the hammer comes down on top of that cap, it creates a spark that then goes through a hole that's in the nipple down into where the gunpowder is. That ignites the gunpowder, and then boom. That is, of course, if everything goes according to plan. because sometimes these weren't as reliable.
Do you want to get
All right.
boy?
Is this gonna be loud?
Jason, move.
It will be.
Your range of view, boy.
It won't be super loud, but it'll be loud enough that those here in front might want to cover your ears. If you guys step over that way.
Tell me when you're at the You should fire into the side.
Bro, you're inward. Bro, it's
No.
hot out here. God dang.
If all goes according to plan, I'll fire this. It'll go off, and you might see that piece of tow, that wadding shoot out. And it should still be intact, and when I go pick it up, it should be smoldering a little bit. All right, so I'm at full cock. You guys are going to count to 3, and on 3, to count to 3, I'm going to pull the trigger.
1, 2, 3.